Good evening, morning, afternoon, freaks and geeks. This is Reluge. And I really wanted to bring up Jacquelin Nunez. Yep, hi, Firecracker. Now, I've been wanting to do a thing about the Conjuring House since last October. I was going to do a whole thing about, reality versus, media. And, I was doing some research, and then Jacquelin Nunez had, well, to put it bluntly, went off her rocker. Now, her family has come forward and said, yes, there is mental issues. So, let's go forward with keeping that in mind. Now, people have been talking about her calling Jason Hawes a serial killer now. So, and people are like, wonder where she got that from. They go to her Facebook where she has her talking evidence, and they only, view one or two of the videos. Let's watch them all. Now, before I continue, I do want to point this is for educational purposes. It's transformative, and it's research. At the end of each of her little descriptions, she always asks, what do you hear? So, I want to know, what do you guys hear? So, let's get started. Now, I'm doing this in order, which means from the bottom of her list to the top. Okay, and I'm also going to read her little descriptions. Kenneth Azarel and James Sylvia, torturers of Seven Hill, as I am told in this attached video. So, she doesn't even actually fully explain. Some of you may know that the animal kingdom has been talking and informing me of many things since June of 2024. Here's a video taken a little while ago telling me of the murders and torture committed by Ken Ashrao and James Silva, owners of Seven Bar and Kitchen, Ghost Pepper and McKinney's in the Seven Hill neighborhood. All of my email addresses have been stolen. I only have one left, and it would not allow me to attach this bird video. I emailed numerous authorities and representatives to alert them that I have no choice but to post this video to Facebook. So, even if the birds are talking to you, how do you expect authorities to be able to hear this as well? People deserve to know what is being told to me, to authorities, to representatives, and to world leaders. I am the contactee for disclosure events. And if I am not allowed to share evidence beyond a small file, then I will only come here to Facebook. It is in law enforcement's interest. I don't know what she means about the contractee for disclosure events. I tried to look that up. I could not find anything about it, let alone if she's a contactee for it. I have no idea. Okay, so, but then again, maybe someone limited my email attachment size since law enforcement is not doing enough that I can observe and or experience to stop purported relentless tortures like Ken and James using military-grade torture software. If any of you are being tortured through AI torture software, know that it is likely from people who are in your neighborhood. See my other post about this torture software that has killed millions of people and animals. I also tried to look that up. I don't know what she's talking about. Now, there has been theories about like machines used to like that plays like the really really high pitched noise to drive people insane. This isn't it. This is normal noise. Including Pope Francis, as I was told in the audio recorded confession that I sent to authorities in the US, Canada, EU, which is Europe, I believe, Eastern Hemisphere, and Italy. I am pretty sure that they are all over the information to first authenticate the recordings' veracity of truth, and then moving to get any murders people involved arrested and in custody. Who have they murdered? I suggest watching this video to the end, as there is a little bird speaking from a neighborhood's roof who I captured on the video. This is the original video. Feel free to analyze and confirm it for yourself.
Okay, can you repeat it?
Yeah, it's a little bird chirping. That's it. Video number 2. The U.S. State Department asked me to post this video. Doubt. What do you hear? I hear the State Department confessing to its crimes against humanity. So the U.S. State Department confronted you to tell you about its crimes through birds and planes. You, of all people. I hear this confession by a voice manipulating airline engines and other ambient frequencies in the environment with software. There is no software that does this. I am posting 4 more videos as it has been requested by the voices in my head. I filmed the numerous videos this morning from my home in Seven Hill, Boston, Massachusetts. If you're so afraid of people coming to assassinate you, why did you dox yourself? And then she lists a whole bunch of people. Including like Barack Obama, President Bill Clinton, George W. Bush. Missing persons, cold cases, and human trafficking. Crimes against humanity, missing persons, Australia. Why do you link all these people? Do you think that these people are going to like look up themselves and be like, oh hey, this random person has a video about airplanes? Video number 2, Crimes Against Humanity. The voice identifies as former President Joseph Biden. That is what I hear. What do you hear? That's a bird. That's a plane. It's not Joe Biden. Every video I post is an original video. I have up to and perhaps over 100 videos of animals talking, airline engines, ambient sounds, machinery, traffic noise. Talking. Let's just remove talking off of that. There, perfect. That's what this is. Test that this is an original video and audio so as to be assured of its authenticity. Someone will need to fully confirm the veracy of the truth being spoken in these 5 videos I will be posting. We can't hear anything. You're the only one hearing these. I am posting as requested. I am fully aware and have discussed the crimes against humanity since I have been a contactee for disclosures. I know there are others. I have seen and listened to much content. You know, even if this was real, there's no evidence of what's going on. If it is true that this is former President Joseph Biden, I, and so will every decent person on the planet, appreciate the honesty of these video/audio disclosures provided by him. But you're the only one hearing it. I know the atrocities are true. How? Thank you, former President Biden, for telling everybody as part of the disclosure events provided on Facebook and YouTube. You know, 2 social sites that are just meant for fun, you know. And then she lists a whole bunch of more random people. Oh yeah, that's right. Video number 3 just has a whole bunch of people listing. And Michael Locanto, a loyal thank you was in order. Why? What did you do for him? And this time it's like a whole bunch of different names that she labels. I've looked up majority of them. I mean, the ones that I've bothered to screenshot I will show as we're going through. But Steven Spielberg official, what's your story? New from Steven Spielberg. The woman hears birds and airplanes, and she thinks that people are talking to her. Watches her insanity spirals out of control, and thinks that the former president is talking to her. She goes and tries to save the humanity just to figure out there is a problem within herself. Coming this fall, rated R, in theaters. Video number 4, Julie Hurley? A woman who identifies as Julie Hurley from the State Department has communicated with me often. Whomever this woman is, Julie or someone else, I and the continued decent and good people appreciate your courage to confess about the State Department's reign of terror on our residents and environments. She hasn't even disclosed exactly what's going on. She's just like, oh, these people are confessing of crimes. Here's the proof. Arrest them. Thank you, Julie, for disclosing your knowledge and involvement in the horrific crimes against humanity, to include the animal kingdom and ecosystems. Now, if you listen closely to these videos, you don't even hear Jacquelin. There's like one that she says something, but I couldn't understand what she was saying. But she's not reacting. She's just recording these birds and these planes and the traffic, saying that people are talking to her. This is talking evidence. It's like AI noise torture machines. This woman needs help. She really does. She tells me she intends to fully cooperate and disclose all within her knowledge and experience. Why doesn't she go to, like, the authorities then? About whatever it is that she did. She also tells me that she has worked for the State Department for 37 years. Okay. This is an original video, obviously. My commentary is separate from what it may or may not be telling us. Wait, what? Okay, so the commentary on the side or during the video? Because there's not much during the video. I am tagging names that have come up often in the torture sessions towards me or communications with me. This is schizophrenia. Not borderline, I'm pretty sure it is. This is schizophrenia. And I can't find Julie Hurley, by the way. I found a whole bunch of, like, normal citizens. And she has labeled Elizabeth Hurley twice. They both link to a different person on Facebook. In fact, she mentions Elizabeth Hurley in a later video. And it links to one of these. And then Christina Hurley. Why are you obsessed with these Hurleys? Christina Hurley's not even linked. I can't find anything that's remotely connected. Boston Parks and Recreation Department. I hear good things. Okay. That means nothing to me. Post number 5. 9 videos. Thank you again, former President Biden, Julie, and additional State Department officials for disclosing information that the planet, certainly the people in our community, deserve to have confirmed and or expounded upon as necessary. But what are they saying? Thank you to Mark Zuckerberg, Meta/Facebook, for allowing me the full freedom of speech to disclose what I have disclosed since January 8th. What freedom of speech? You're putting up a bunch of videos of birds and airplanes and traffic and saying that people are talking to you. They're probably laughing at you. This is assuming that freedom of speech also has meant full freedom to read, to know, be awakened to what has occurred and is happening by any Facebook viewer interested. Yeah, freedom of speech reaches out to all of that. Because I have the freedom to read this, I have the freedom to understand what's going on, the freedom to come to my own conclusions, and the freedom to say that I think you have schizophrenia and you need some help, some serious, legitimate help. If my numerous posts were lies or some fictional acting gig, my FB page would have been shut down months ago with complaints. I think no one cares. I would have been prevented from posting or likely sued and or incarcerated for slander and defamation. What are you slandering? What are you defaming? You're just saying that these people are talking to you. That's not against the law. That's not against Facebook's terms of service. You're not discrediting anybody. You're not even saying anybody yet has made any crimes or anything. Oh no, you did. A couple people, but then you don't have any proof. They could easily prove that they're not doing that. Here I am. It has not happened because no one cares. They shut down my Conjuring House page for disclosing what I was told to share. They shut down your Conjuring House page because you were insulting everybody. It was a huge mess, and Facebook wanted none of it. If you are new to my posts, January 8th was my launch as a contactee for disclosures regarding crimes by the USA and local government, private interests, institutions, and corporations. Sometimes I have to just remember what the word is, because trying to read it, I stumble on it. I know what the word is, so I just have to not look at it and say it. So, so she is labeling herself as a contactee for disclosures because of all this talk and evidence. That's why I can't find anything about it. Jacquelin, it is me again. I really want to let you know that you really need to get looked at before something happens, okay? Alright, have a nice day. Here's what everybody's been looking for. Jason Hawes, Rhode Island, hired by CBS Media, is a terrorist and is being harbored next door to me. Most of my email addresses are completely hijacked. My Yahoo email will not allow files larger than 25 megabytes. Here's the thing. Sometimes they do that. Yahoo probably felt that you were misusing it or doing something, so they limited the size of your attachments. And usually they don't allow too much of a big file anyway. That is nothing. Terrible people have done everything they can to silence me, which is nothing, because no one's trying to do that. So I continue to take my talking videos to this platform. And this is where a lot of people get confused, because they're like, talking videos? What do you mean by that? They don't go deeper into, like, what she had posted before. What happened? I experienced a failed detonation or gunfire at the picture window of my home. This video tells me who was responsible for another attempt to kill me. Okay, so Jason Hawes does not want anything to do with your Conjuring house. He doesn't want you dead. He wishes you well, mentally and physically. He just wishes you stop harassing him and his daughter over nothing. Because that's what all of this is. It's nothing. It's a huge nothing burger. Promised fresh. You can't feed keeping, so. This video tells me it is Jason Hawes being harbored by my next door neighbors, redacted and redacted. I am not going to say their names because I am not going to dox them. I found them easily because you mentioned where you live and these people's full names. I found out where they live, found out where you live. And I'm not going to disclose that information. It's easy. You drop a couple names, I know where you are. It's that easy. I don't even have to hack. It's called Googling. It's called your information is out there. You should probably do a VPN, which is not sponsored. So, Jason is a TV host of... Oh, I'm not going to read that. We all know he is also a serial killer and a terrorist. Even though she does not mention why. Like, what has he done? Who has he killed? Who has he terrorized? Perhaps someday law enforcement in the Northeast will hold him and others accountable. What others? And they've already looked into it, by the way. And they're all like, yeah, there's nothing here. What the hell's going on? I have complained about his crimes against me and others since April/May of 2024. Who else has he done crimes against? You're the only one complaining about this. And to my knowledge, no one has ever been questioned, nor have I ever been interviewed about any crimes against me, because there is none. Last year I complained about Jason and my previous staff to Attorney Generals, federal AGS, police departments, governors, and the media of several surrounding states. So it's like, yeah, officer or judge, this guy stole from me. Okay, do you have any proof? No, but I have a witness. Okay, provide the witness. He's been dead for 200 years. Okay, how is he witness? Because he told me that he watched this guy steal money. Well, do you have proof that the money's gone? No, but the ghost told me. Put him in jail. Okay. As a side note, I keep hearing that people are being told that I am so wealthy and have so many resources, but that I have not shared any of it. Well, here's the thing. Why are people demanding that you share your money? That's yours. If you don't want to put it into the community, then fine. That's great. What I think the people are talking about, at least from what I've seen, is concern about you not keeping maintenance on the Conjuring House, which you are so insanely proud of. Because that takes money to keep updated. As it stands, I don't know the state of it. It might be in a really poor shape because obviously she's living somewhere else right now. I don't know. If I am wealthy, someone has stolen it because I have never received one dime of this so-called wealth. Here's another thing where people get confused, and I think I figured it out. I think I've picked it apart, sewn it together, and figured out the information. In fact, by December of 2024, that's when she lost her license for good, 100% of my income from the Conjuring House has been stolen from me. She's using the word stolen because she feels that her license being taken away is completely unfair, which is why she hasn't showed up to the court because she knows that she'll lose. After stealing my earnings throughout my ownership. Again, all of that is just talking about how her business license was revoked. That's why she's saying it's been stolen from her. Even though there was no money to be stolen from because you needed to have your license in order to start to run the business to make that money. If I am wealthy, someone has stolen... Oh, wait. Damn it. These criminals from Rhode Island have only stolen almost everything from me. Again, talking about the license. But, starting in 1987, by taking my grandmother, Marie Dufresne Emery's bequeathment to me and my siblings. Now, people are like, how did they steal your grandmother? No, that's not what she's saying. What she's saying is that they stole her inheritance. I don't know the story behind that. She doesn't disclose that in here. I'm not going to further dig or inquiry on that. That's just what she means. I still have my home in Boston. The Conjuring House. I think they keep telling me they stole it. Who tells you who stole it? My pet's my vehicle and about $68,000 to my entire name and life. Alright, awesome. Don't squander that. Keep that, put that in like savings or something. Just, and don't tell us exactly how much, especially when you dox yourself. I'm surprised she hasn't put her social security number up. Torturers from Rhode Island and my neighborhood in Seven Hill tell me all of the time through torture software that their goal is to make me homeless if they fail to kill me. Why? I am being threatened with foreclosure when I should not have a mortgage. What? Nor as the person do I owe any taxes, I am told. As the person? Are you trying to say like you're God in human form or something? Because she capitalizes. I'm very confused about. So what makes it so that you don't owe any taxes? That you should not have a mortgage? Although if you are facing foreclosure, apparently you do. You owe people money. That's the issue. Anyway, they have stolen almost everything, and this afternoon was the latest attempt to blow up my home. With no evidence. I have just added another talking video to this post taken earlier today. It is another neighborhood directly next door. Tracy Cronin, who has been torturing me, animals and other people in our Savin Hill neighborhood. I am flanked by torturers. Yourself? I am the person who has saved all of humanity. I still don't know how. You had not even disclosed how you saved humanity. And from what? I don't recall being saved by anything. How? How did you save humanity? I am told it is now known. No, it's not. I am also the contactee for disclosures on crime against humanity. I don't think you are. I hope someone, one of my soul and or teammates on this earth-saving mission, tells everyone on Facebook how I was born to and grew to become the person. No! No one's going to, because they don't have any evidence of anything that you've done. Basically, all you've done is complain about the Conjuring House, complain about Jason Hall, claim that you are the person who saved humanity, completely obsessed about being the owner of the Conjuring House, even though that was only made popular by the movie, not made by you, or, investigated by you. You're riding on everybody's coattails at this point. And she goes and, lists Ghost Hunters, Discovery Plus, Militia Girls. This is a funny one. I've looked that up. I don't think that's what she thinks it is. United Nations, the Russian Federation, Hangzhou, China, the city, Saudi Arabia. She is just unhinged. Talking evidence of manufactured noise pollution and of torture software. This is the one where she's just recording a whole bunch of traffic, saying it's torture software. If you don't like the traffic noises, you just move to the country. Or live at the Conjuring House, because apparently there's not much traffic there. I will post as long as the video and audio evidence keeps emerging. Please don't. This is from Seven Hill, obvious. This is our daily life. Traffic, other people living, birds chirping, planes flying overhead because you live near a freaking airport. I know, I've looked you up. This noise is artificial to harass us from servers. No, it's traffic. Some in neighbors' homes. Traffic is very quiet when the servers are off that enable this noise torture and noise terrorism. I think when the servers are off is when there's no traffic. Oh, I think that's the last one. Yes. Alright, so that was the last one. Don't go and harass Jacquelin. She doesn't need it. That's going to do nothing. It's like the Smart Schoolboy 9 thing. It's like, it's there. What she's doing is funny, but she's mentally ill. She needs help. And strangers on the internet don't have the power or resources to be able to help her. You can call in as many wellness checks as you want, but that's powerless. They can't just break down her door, put her in handcuffs, put her in the nut house. There's just so much red tape you have to go through, and apparently she's already been through a bunch of different mental clinics. She really needs like a family member to check in on her, be like, hey, we need to get you on some pills or something. Reinsure that, or yeah, reinsure her that it's not voices she's hearing. It's birds, it's traffic, it's airplanes. Oh my. And she really needs to stop worrying about Jason Hawes because he doesn't care. He's not trying to assassinate her. Police are not, well, now they are after her because she has a bench warrant out. Just don't harass her, leave her be. However, you can post what you think in the comment section down below. Now, be nice. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, even if it's wrong. It's just, this is a serious issue. And there's not much that I can do or that you can do. Her family has to step in and help her. So, that's it for this video. Click on whichever like button you think is appropriate for this video. Subscribe. And also let me know, do you like these kind of like in-depth thought videos? Because it's like, I don't want to do things that have been said over and over and over again. Like, pulling out a ukulele and making fun of Colleen Ballinger sounds like a lot of fun. But it's been done to death. And I might do that if there's more. I still kind of want to look at her series, though, and give that a really fair overlook. But, and with the Nikocado, I had a theory, which apparently was wrong. I just thought it was a funny, cute theory. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a link to that video. And until next time, keep check of your mental health, please.